Hi everybody, guess what? Oh yes, this is Nancy today. Did you forget that? Look at that. Green. Green out there. What do you think about that? That's pretty spiffy. And more leaves are out. We haven't gone that much south. And yet, it's green. It's pretty, eh? There's a little bit of snow on this part. Look at those leaves. Right above the dried teasel. What does this say? Entering Chesapeake Bay watershed. So I guess we were in the Shenandoah watershed before. So we're heading south. And we are heading in the direction of Roanoke. We're at Blue Ridge TPK. Turnpike? Yeah. It's not a Blue Ridge Turnpike, is there? Look, there's Little Debbie. I love those oatmeal cream pies. Boy, just give me some of them oatmeal cream pies and you won't have to see me for a long time. Of course, when I'm done with them all, you'll be able to see me coming from a long way away. Depends on how many I got. Hey, guess what? The difference between in the morning and in the evening is 5 pounds. I've been checking myself. I was 225 when I got to Esther's house and I was 220 when I left. And that can't be because we didn't eat, because we ate a lot. Wonderful food. Oh, she is so lucky. Her husband cooks. Want me to tell you all about the food? Well, the first night, can't even remember. Okay, let's work backwards. Last night we had roast lamb. I kid you not, a leg of lamb. He put it in the barbecue, which was like a charcoal on the bottom and barbecue. And he also took some mesquite wood. He soaked it in water and he put them in right on the coals. And that was for checking this greenery. And that was for smoke. We got a pretty little red bud here. Oh, excuse me. Hiccuping. Must have eaten too fast. So we had roast leg of lamb. And it had this sort of a crispy outside, but it peeled off. Maybe there was fat on the outside, which crisped, whatever. And we had potatoes and broccoli with it. It was yummy, yummy, yummy. And then for lunchtime yesterday, we had some chicken salad. It was so good. I've given up eating bread mostly for sandwiches. I don't really like bread anyway. So I asked if I could have lettuce. So she used lettuce like a tortilla and she wrapped it up in there. Well, she made this chicken salad that was to die for. It was onions and celery and I think there was, chopped almonds and cranberries, dried cranberries. Mixed and mayonnaise mixed in with this canned chicken breast. These are the big wide cans. We don't have those size cans in Canada, at least not where I live. And they were chunks, little, I don't know, inch cubes or half-inch cubes, something like that. 3/4 inch cubes. 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. this. You've got the picture. Picture this. You know, if I ever go back and watch this video, I'll be able to see what was out that window. I can't see any of that. I gotta drive. I am busy. Just don't be interrupting me all the time with your questions. Questions, questions, questions. Do I want rich flavor? No. This is pretty up here. Okay, so we had, her husband cooks, and he loves to cook, and he starts in the morning. Well, now, what should we have for dinner? Would you like this? Would you like this? Okay, and for breakfast, get this, we had two eggs and salmon patties. And the salmon patties were amazing. He breaded the salmon. He took the salmon out of a can, and he added salt and pepper and garlic. And I think there was one of those Mrs. Dash kind of spices, or some kind of a spice. I don't recall, but I think there might have been mayonnaise in it too. And then it was breaded with breadcrumbs out of a box. And then it was pan fried. It was really, really, really good. Onions in there too. Did I say that? It was very good. It's so beautiful here. Wow. So pretty. It just makes me want to cry. She's so beautiful. Okay, and the day before, let's see, what did we have for dinner last night? We had collard greens. It was so good. I love collard greens. Boiled up. And what else? Oh, and potatoes, roasted potatoes. Really beautiful roasted potatoes. And I can't remember. I'm trying to look at the plate. On my plate, I see the collard greens, and I see the roast potatoes, and I see the meat. Oh, it was roast beef, and it pulled apart, so you get all these little strings of roast beef. It was really good. It was very good. It was definitely worth visiting their house for. Just for the food, it's wonderful. Okay, and then for breakfast, or for lunch yesterday, Esther also put sprouts in that chicken salad sandwich. For lunch yesterday, we also had another sandwich. Oh, and it had corned beef. Slices of corned beef wrapped up in lettuce. It was really good. It was to die for, too. I'm doing a lot of dying here. To die for. That's kind of a neat phrase. I like that. Even though it's not really the best phrase. Okay, we are at the exit to 220A, Finn Castle and Troutville. It's pretty around here. I guess you can see it out there. I'll just open your little viewer up and I'll check and see what you can see. See what there is to see. Life is just a melody. There. Okay, so I guess I can go just a little faster. Oh look, the speed limit is lower. Yay! But those cars don't know it. I'm going the speed limit. And if I'm going the speed limit, then why do they keep passing me? Leaving me in some steam. It's because it was a different speed limit back there. I didn't notice the speed limit changed, but it's changed on my Jeeps. Nuvi Garmin. Sorry. I don't see station wagons too much anymore. It's a lot more sensible than a van. A van is up off the ground higher and it's taller. And what do you need the room up there? You know, so you can walk around in there? And there's no room for your legs because the seats are so upright. At least in what I think of it. But a station wagon is shorter, it's lower to the ground, and it's a bit wider. So you've got that stability that you lack with a van. We always had a station wagon. My first car was a station wagon. It was a Valeri. No, it was a... What was it? Well, my... Valeri? No, a Valiant. That's what it was. It was a Dodge Valiant. My second car was my grandmother's Dodge Dart. I had that Dodge Dart. It was 25 years old when it finally kicked the bucket over. It was a 67 Dodge Dart. 70, 80. No, it was older than that. I was married to Willem. And we had Abraham was born. So 17 years ago. So this is, what's the year? This is 2011. Take away 17 is 1993. I only know that because that's Abraham's birthday. 1993, 67 to 93. 77, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. So that's 26 years old. But it didn't die right then. It might have lived for another year or two. Anyway, so I had a Valiant, and then I had a Dodge Dart. And then after that, it's just been one car after another. There was a Valiant, and then there was a little Honda, and then there was... No, I mean there was a Valeri, and then there was a Honda, and then there was a... There was a station wagon, and then there was a van, and there was a Hyundai, then there was a Firefly, and then there was another Firefly, and then there was a Hyundai. Did I already say that? Then there was a Kia, and now there's this. What is this? A Toyota. We've had a lot of cars, but you see where we live in Canada, they only last a few years because of the rust. So there's no sense buying a car for thousands of dollars because you're going to have to deal with the rust in 5 years anyway, even if you've got an excellent car. Even if. .581 is just ahead. We're at Hollands and Roanoke. Anyway, I was telling you before I was so rudely interrupted that I had all those cars. And the way I like to do it, I would spend $1,500 on a car and drive it into the ground. And when it needed $1,500 worth of repairs, get another car for $1,500. Because you always had to deal with the body, and as soon as the rust went through it, then it was pretty hard to fix anyway. But I have a way of fixing cars with rust. Yes, sirree. I get out my foam insulation and I just squirt it in the hole and fill it up. Then I cut it off so it's nice and level, and then I paint over it. Or I don't. But if you don't paint over it, then it sort of decays in the sun. And everybody looks at your car. Everybody probably looks at my car anyway, but I'm so rough on cars. Like, it's no sense having a new car because I'm going to wreck it. I stuff my cars full of trees and bushes and stones and wet people in bathing suits. I really make a mess of a car. And of course I have to slide my kayak on it. I'm not going to lift my kayak up and set it gently on my car. I don't think so. It's going to slide right up over the top. And then there are the times that there's something in a field that I really need to go get. Some people say I need a truck, but I